Hey, Chloe. Hey, everybody. I hope y'all are doing well today. Thanks for coming to the channel. All right, let me get a list going. Hey, everybody. Hey, Abe. Hey, Roxana. All right, I'm just making this list right quick. All right, Chloe. All right, Anna. All right, Kiss. Happy Wednesday. That's what's up. If it is Wednesday, wherever you are. I hope everybody's been doing well. I know the energy has been really crazy the past week or so. I mean, for a minute, but I just mean like, I don't know, even technology within the past 2 weeks or whatever has just been going kind of crazy. So I just find myself going with the flow. Oh shit, thank you, Ed. I appreciate that. All right, let's get into it. All right, Preeti, what is your question? Yeah, I know, right? I've just like personally, I don't know if you feel this way, but I've just like really been more conscious about what it means for me to go with the flow and to not be resisting things. Like, it's crazy. Oh, thank you, Abe. Hey, Grav. All right. Preeti, yes, do you have a question? I got you, Grav. Preeti, all you can just post your question if you want. Right. Resisting is bad news. It's just bad news. But you know what? You can always change your perspective about literally anything. Okay. All right. So this is for Preeti. And I usually take like a half hour on people, I realize. So I'm really going to try and speed this up. Still give you like obviously quality content and get you some good messages, but also make sure that I can fit a lot of people in so they can get their questions answered. Hey, Empress. Hey, Jurish. Hello, Unicorn. Hey, Babita. Abe, do you want me to make you a moderator, or are you just wanting to do the list like that? Do you want me to make you a moderator? Or do you just want to be in charge of the list? Hey, Cheryl. Chloe. For sure, Cheryl. Hey, Queen Famous. How's it going? So this is for Preeti. Oh, thank you. Yes, you can definitely be added to the list. Does Jajit want me to contact him? Does Jajit want Preeti to contact him? I would say no, Preeti. I do not think that they would like you to contact them. I think they feel a sense of like possessiveness when it comes to you, and it's just kind of turning them off, I feel. So they're very much invested in themselves right now. I'm going to say no to that, Preeti. All right, next question, Pragya. Hey, JJ, good to see you. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well too. I hope everybody's been in a space to just be like investing in themselves and taking care of themselves. And I'm like trying to do the same. Pragya. I have Pragya before Chloe. Because I see at the top of the list, Pragya just asked to be added before Chloe. Well, I'm not seeing Pragya. So Chloe, do you want to post your question? Oh, thank you, Queen. I love this tattoo too. It hella hurt, but I love it so much. It was hella worth it. I was really having to breathe that one out though. Shit. Okay. Hey Anna. Hey Empress. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Chloe will make contact me. Do you think you could is there a way that you can clarify your question, Chloe? I'm not quite sure what you're asking me. Oh, okay. Will Mark contact me? Is he even interested? Is that what you're I think that's what you're asking. That's all good. I hope everybody's doing well today, or just like having whatever day that you want and making space for that. So this is for Chloe, and they're wondering if Mark is going to contact them. I just got the chills for some reason. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. So Chloe, we've got the Seven of Swords, right, in reverse. I'm wondering if there's some like deception going on here. Any messages about the Seven of Swords? Yeah, there's something that they are not too clear about in regards to kind of like taking a leap of faith with you. There's energy here about slight possessiveness, taking a very slow approach to you. They're kind of weirded out for some reason. And it has something to do with either like miscommunication or feelings of deception. I don't know if this person lied to you or they're feeling lied to. I say that if this person were to reach out to you, because let me just make sure. I would say if they were to reach out to you, it would take them a little bit of time. It'll take them a little bit of time just because they seem to not be in a space of reaching out. They're kind of uncertain, I think, as to where they stand. But I do have this Knight of Pentacles here, and so it might just take a while. It might just be something that kind of feels drawn out. I think this person's kind of tripping on some insecurities or something. There's some deception or like lack of clarity involved. For sure, Chloe. Thank you for your question. Pragya. Okay, Manisha's current intentions towards you. Pragya. What are Manisha's current intentions toward Pragya? They would like to communicate with you. They definitely would like to take action and either, we'll get some clarifiers on this right quick, because this could be kind of like somebody coming in quick and kind of shaking things up, which I don't know if in your context that's wanted. But it looks like this person is taking like very swift communicative action towards you. Any messages about this Knight of Swords? You know, I just don't know if that attention is wanted. It seems either manipulative, the way that this person is taking action, because, you know, I don't know if this is what is wanted. It's kind of giving me vibes of not respecting boundaries. Any other messages about this Knight of Swords? I have the Eight of Cups in reverse with the Knight of Wands, and I'm kind of feeling like maybe this person is kind of either has been stuck in regard to taking action towards you because they're kind of transitioning out of something. They're kind of like, do I put my energy into this? Do I not? Type thing. And they might be feeling a little bit flustered by that. So maybe that kind of like pent up frustration is why this person is reaching out to you so quickly. Because we also have the Magician in reverse here too. You know, there's this energy here of like wanting to take action. I don't know if, and you know, this Knight of Swords is here, so it could come out the way that they're communicating with you is being stimulated, I think, by this kind of insecurity to take action at the same time, or this kind of like kind of being in a space of not wanting to at the same time because they're transitioning out of something that was difficult for them to process. So it's kind of coming out in this kind of in your face type of way. I would say no. I would say no, Pragya, not at this time. I don't think so. Yeah. All right. Thank you for your question, Pragya. Ave, are you here? Oh, yeah, of course you're here. You're taking care of the list. Of course, of course. Merlin. Okay, so will this Aries text you from social media? Will this Aries reach out to Ave from social media? Aries text you from social media. Aries text Ave. With having some patience, it might take a little time for them to reach out to you, but absolutely. Yes. And in regards to how are their true feelings? Okay, I think that they are open to some type of like connecting. They're open to connecting with you emotionally. They're open to um, just like really kind of being in a space of maybe even offering or whether you're on the giving or receiving end of this, there's like a mutual kind of energy here of kind of giving and taking. This person would like to connect with you. I very much think that they care about you. Everybody's understanding of what love means is different. I think because everybody understands words differently. I would say yes. Let me get some clarifiers on that. What's up, Libra? Should Ave trust this Aries person? This person will be reaching out to you. Whoa. I would be careful of this person, but also kind of open to them, but just aware, I think, that they might be struggling with some insecurities of their own and kind of like trusting themselves. And it might come out in weird ways as far as like being kind of like either emotionally possessive or kind of manipulated, emotionally kind of like manipulative. Um, at the same time, I like this person's energy, and I think it's something that could be worth investing into. Any messages about this Four of Wands in reverse? I would definitely just kind of watch out for like emotional type of manipulation or deception. But this person will be reaching out to you. It requires a little bit of patience though. And if you've been patient, then it will be soon. He said he wants to date me and then disappeared. Yeah, I think that's what this this kind of like insecurity thing. I think that they have moments of lying, and I think they have moments of like lying to themselves, which might be why they're kind of coming off this way in the physical plane. It's having something to do with their emotional boundaries, probably related to trauma that's happened in the past. I'll do one more question for you. How is this Aries person's financial situation? There's some conflict. I think they might be again struggling from a place of like either not valuing themselves, and so they don't see the interest in taking opportunities to put their time and energy into everything that they want to do. But there's still Queen of Pentacles energy here, so there is something about this person that money is attracted to this person. I think there's like personal effort. It's like their own personal effort that's can kind of be the issue. This person's belief in themselves, I believe, even though they might come off as like very confident. All right. Thanks for your question, Ave. I've got Roxana. Looks like I've got Roxana next. All right, I'm gonna give Roxana a minute to post their question. Oh, hey, Xena. Yeah, definitely. All right, Xena. I got PB. What are you referring to, Abe? Did you want to be a moderator? Is that what you're asking? All right, I don't see Roxana. So let's go to Anna. Anna or Anna. Oh, hey, Roxana. Did you have a question? Anna, if you want to post your question, you can. I see that Roxana's here. But if you want to go ahead and post your question. Okay. Okay. Will Roxana's boyfriend buy them a car in the near future? Hey, Manya. Yes. I want to say yes to this. Yeah, I want to say yes to this. Yeah, I actually said in the near future. Got Empress. So Empress, abundance, feeling very confident. Um, just essentially a lot of abundance, especially in the way of maybe being creative. I've got justice, which is like basically balancing things, making things right. Anything having to do with like legal systems or paperwork, things working in your favor like that. And we've got this Two of Wands here. This person's on a journey, on an adventure, a new adventure. So this is definitely a new opportunity that will be extended from this person. All you got to do is seize it and maybe help this person out with what it is that you're looking for, right? So yes. All right. So thank you for your question, Roxana. Anna. Anna is next. Yeah, for sure. Congratulations. I'll give Anna, unless Anna already posted it. All right, I'll give Anna. Okay, what's in store for me in July? Let's see. Thank you for posting that, So what's in store for Anna in July? Thanks, Empress. All right. July. Interesting. Well, I just saw the Eight of Wands when I was shuffling. So it looks like some movement. Could be in the form of communication through texts or emails. Maybe something that you've been waiting on to hear about. Some good news. Um, and and I got another one about messages too. So what I'm guessing is that this is having to do with maybe it's getting some communication from either someone that you're already kind of tied to. I don't know if you are like uh, in a connection right now with someone. Connections look different to everybody, and every connection is different based on your energy with that other person. But if you've got some kind of like close connection here, maybe you've been waiting to hear from somebody, there's like a message of like love or care coming through. There's also this Eight of Swords here. So this like message could be helping with something that maybe you're struggling with, like limiting beliefs, or that you've been kind of like worrying, obsessing yourself over, and you'll be hearing some positive news about that. It's definitely some higher knowledge as well. So this seems to be some really comforting information that's coming to you toward in July. All right, Anna. Thank you for your question. All right, I've got Kiss next. Thanks for being at the channel, everybody. I'm about to light some more incense. Taurus and a Cancer. I really like that. Okay. Just a second, because I think Is Aleda here? Aleda Cruz? Okay. All right. Yes. What's your question? Can I call you Allie? It looks like just from your YouTube name. Okay. Yes. What do you have a question? And then Kiss will be right after. Sure. All right. I'm going to do a 6-card spread for you. So this is for Allie regarding Alex's feeling towards them. So I'm going to do a spread called Nothing But Feelings Tarot Spread. It's from this website called Tarot Singapore Online. I really like that website. And so I'm just shuffling the cards. I'm laying them out. First card is going to be how this person is currently feeling towards you. And I pulled out 2 cards, so I'm actually going to that. Next card is how you might be feeling towards this person currently. Next card is how this person sees themselves in this situation. Next card is going to be how you might see yourself in this situation or this connection with them. We've got most probable outcome based on if these energies that we're going to look at continue to move forward in this manner. And we've got how to make the connection better. And this is for Allie in regards to Alex's feelings towards them. I really like this. This person sees you as the Empress, and I do have this 5 of Wands here in reverse. So I'm wondering if they're having some internal conflicts because maybe they see that maybe you get a lot of attention and they might be struggling with that. Either that or they're kind of maybe struggling to communicate that they see you as this like very confident, very attractive, like, you know, everybody attracts energy. They attract other people in their own way based on them, like either being their unique self or not. So yeah, I like that. How you might be feeling towards this person. We've got the Strength card here, which kind of like has, interestingly enough, similar like color dynamic, which I really like. So I'm thinking that what you might be feeling about this person is that you know, that the connection is maybe very like gentle or easygoing, easy to flow with. Maybe you feel very balanced around this person, or you feel like maybe you do even feel a sense of like strength or like self-empowerment when you're around this person. Where this person's mind is at right now, we've got the Hangman in reverse. So we'll pull some clarifier cards, but it could be that this person is kind of stuck in a specific mindset. And maybe that's what this 5 of Wands in reverse is about, this kind of like internal conflict that they're having in regards to you trying to have some like new perspective. This might have to do with having some like trust issues or something, which is not uncommon. Here's where your mind's at. You're wanting to like move forward. You're feeling some momentum, especially with this Strength card here. This momentum with this strength is kind of just like powerhouse material. The most probable outcome, I've got the Fool in reverse. And why I'm assuming that I'm guessing that this is in reverse, kind of because of where this person's mind is at right now. If this person is kind of like still stuck on the fence for whatever reason, then, you know, I don't see it immediately like maybe taking off in the way that would be kind of like most natural or like easiest, I guess. There's some like restriction here that maybe one or both folks are putting on each other. This King of Swords here, I think that things just need to be communicated because I really like the energy that's going on here. That's right, Manya, there are a lot of majors. So y'all are inspiring something in each other. There's something about y'all's energy that's inspiring some things. inspiring some big kind of like themes or triggering some major themes in your life right now. So I think that this just requires some communication. This person's head is above the clouds, right? And these birds also remind me of like getting messages or like receiving messages. So this is really talking about like actually taking action, using logic, just being like clear and direct. And before I move on, I want to do two oracles for you. And I just remember that you donated. I really appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. That was very sweet of you. All right. Any messages for Ali regarding Alex? Any messages for Ali regarding Alex? Ooh, that one shot out. All right. Full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Let me read that to you right quick. All right. I love this image, by the way. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would have done by lately, this is a time to find a balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help with all of your relationships. Attune to the moon, be magnificent without being too much. Additional meanings for this card: self-esteem is good, vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Creative urges should be followed. Work some magic, and a friendship may be ending now. And I want to do also a soul truth for you. This oracle deck that I'm about to use is called Soul Truth. Any messages for Ali regarding Alex? Messages for Ali regarding Alex. Ooh. Any messages for Ali regarding Alex? Ooh. Interesting. You got, who am I ready to forgive? I am not what happened to me. I am who I choose to become. Is it time to let go, forgive, and move onward? Whoa, whoa. Is your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself? Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom, and insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you learned. Who do you want to become, and how is this resistance holding you from what your soul wants? Today's soul action: write a forgiveness letter. Then practice the whole, I'm going to butcher this, Ho'oponopono prayer today. Let me put this in. So maybe you can look this up and this will be a benefit to you. All right. Practice that prayer today while thinking of the person you're ready to forgive. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. So that's interesting. I wonder how that resonates with you and how that could be beneficial. But communication is key, regardless, like in this question that you're asking about, for sure. So thank you so much for bringing your energy to the channel. Thank you for the question. And I really appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. All right, check something right quick. Might have had another donation. I'm just gonna check right quick. I've got Solely Love for Anna. Okay, Anna. Wait. I'm wondering. Okay. All right. So we've got Anna on the donation list here. And they want an in-depth for July. Okay. So we'll do them by each week in July. I'll pull a card for each week and see what the energy is that you will be experiencing. So this is for Anna, and we're asking about their energy that they will be experiencing in July. I'm just going to cut this into 3. All right, so this is for week 1, this is for week 2, week 3, and week 4. I'm also going to look at the bottom of the deck. I've got the Chariot, the Fool in reverse, the 2 of Cups, the Strength card. Somebody might be finding the strength to maybe extend a cup or reach out when it maybe has felt like they have been scared to do so, feeling like it's not the correct time to take a leap of faith. But we've got the Chariot here, so this is definitely an energy of moving forward with like passionate endeavors. So there's definitely that opportunity here. Week 1 of July, we've got you at a kind of crossroads. You're kind of like an indecision. You might need to take some time out for yourself to feel your feelings, right? But also kind of be in a space of being able to speak to yourself so you can come to a determination about something that you know you need to make a choice about. Week 2, we've got the 10 of Swords. So it looks like, you know, maybe you've made this decision and now there's an end to whatever it is that you were like struggling with that was kind of just like overkill at this point, maybe that you had been thinking about, or you're getting to the point of feeling like I'm just so over it. I want some new way of thinking or doing or being. It's an end to the worries and concerns for sure. And we've got 10 minus 2 is 8. So there's definitely something maybe that you are even currently experiencing that might be transitioning into July that has to do with, you know, the way that you speak to yourself, the way maybe that you think about what you can and can't accomplish. There's definitely some limiting beliefs here going on. So they're going to get more in depth, and I think that you will be moving out of this way of thinking within the 3rd week. And July is going to be difficult. I'm not going to lie. It appears to be difficult for you, but it's a necessary transition. It's absolutely necessary. And what you're moving towards is much better than maybe the mental space that you have been in, maybe even in this month of June. Look at this, the 4th week of July, we've got the World. So you've completed whatever this cycle is that you've had. And you're moving away from anything that you know, this ways of thinking that are not benefiting you, or this situation that has just had you like very kind of thinking limiting beliefs, and you know, maybe you've been trying to get out of it. It's difficult to connect with yourself and other people when you're like struggling with these things mentally, right? So it's looking really great. It's looking like you know, getting to this point requires work. So I'm not surprised to see this 8 of Cups or this 10 of Swords. It's looking very good, but it's going to feel a little rough. So let's pull some oracle cards. I want to pull you 5 oracle cards. So the first one, this is for Anna. Any advice for Anna within the month of this July? Anything that could help them out? All right, I really like these for you because one of them that I saw when I was shuffling was when was the last time that I laughed? And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a note of that. So there's this energy of like really needing to like laugh and feel like happy themselves and giggly. There's that energy there. I don't know if this card's gonna come back out. But another card that came out that has like a similar energy to that is when was the last time I danced freely? Dance, because it will shift you into a beautiful state, because it will get you out of your head, right? And into your body and heart, because fear lives in the head, along with anxiety, control, guilt, frustration, and impatience. Okay, so July is going to be, obviously, we've been talking about moving away from these like, feelings of like limiting beliefs or like being really hard on yourself, feeling trapped in a situation that you're not actually trapped in. In just a few minutes of dancing, you will make the shift. You will feel a charge of joy and confidence take over, and you will feel a soul reminder to live and lead from your heart. Dancing is a tool to ground us in the now. It triggers happiness and is the gateway to freedom. To become free, dance. Today's soul action, dance for 3 minutes to your favorite song. And I'm personally going to take this one into my own consideration today as well. Notice the inward fire growing within and the feeling you feel being you, which is exactly what this reading is about. You are a wild, loving force. Express it with dance today. And I also like this other one that came out for you. Am I clear on what my soul really wants? Take out the shoulds and the limitations. Get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. I feel compelled to reread that. Take out the shoulds and the limitations. Get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all of your heart. Today's soul action, ask yourself, what is it that your soul really wants? What does your heart crave? Then take one step in that direction. I want to get 3 more oracles for you. I'll switch decks here. Yeah. Any messages? And these are going to be very important within this next month coming up for you here. Because this is a major transition. To be closing out a cycle is just like, wow, maybe you've done a serious amount of, it appears that you've done a large amount of the work already, right? And there's like constant, it seems like it comes in cycles. Any other messages for Anna? Advice for them for the month of July? Any advice for Anna within the month of July? My capacity to tune in to the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. Any other messages for Anna? My fearless freedom lights up the world. And I want to do one more oracle for you. Any messages for Anna? You've got number 10, can't be caught. You are a movement, and your movement allows you to better explore how you fit into this world. Dance on, little darling. So there's this energy of also dancing would be great for you this July. You are completely free in this moment, in this time, and you are shining your lovely grace on everything you touch. We see hands from all around trying to grasp you as you dance out into the sky. Hands that want to take part in your magic. Hands that want to slow you down. Hands that want to bring you down to earth. You are too fast. No one can catch you, and no one can tame you or slow you down. It's time for a solo journey, so put on your dancing shoes. That's crazy. And wiggle your way out into your own personal cosmos. Enjoy the nectar of freedom and discovery. All right, Anna, I hope that resonated with you. I gave you some clarity about what to expect within the coming month. And I'm really excited for you. So I think just taking that advice into account will definitely make this transition a lot smoother for you. Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you for your question, bringing your energy to the channel. All right, let me check and see if I have any more donations right quick. And I don't. You're so welcome, Anna. All right, we're going to move on to Kiss. And Kiss posted their question. It looks like they retracted it. So I'll give them a minute to repost it if they would like. While I give Kiss a second to post their question, I'm gonna light some more incense. I'm working with some chakra incense. I like this brand, Satya. All right, Kiss, you want to post your question? Thank you, Manya. Will Kumar ever tell me how he feels about me? I'm a Taurus, he's a Cancer. All right. Let's do it. All right, this is for Kiss. Will Kumar tell Kiss how they feel about them? I think they've been back and forth with it. I'm just shuffling the cards, and sometimes that gives me some like background information. They're moving forward. They're moving forward for sure. I think they've been back and forth with it because they've been struggling like emotionally with something. They had to kind of like leave something behind. It could have been a way of thinking. It could have even been another person or another dynamic that they were working with. So let's pull some cards. I want to say yes already. If it seems like they've been kind of having this like in and out energy or this kind of back and forth energy, they're moving forward from that for sure. I just saw I also just saw the Page of Wands here a couple times. And I think that there's been the want to communicate this, and I think that you might be getting a message from them. It's in the form of like a small message, probably. I would say look out for like text messages, maybe something on social media as well. Will Kamar ever tell Kiss how they feel about them? I keep seeing this Page of Cups as well. That's another one about receiving messages of like care. There's an energy here about it requiring patience. It will definitely require some patience. And I wouldn't let this don't let it like take a blow to your ego or something, or we're going to require some patience. I think this person is like, there's something that this person is kind of healing from that has their attention at the moment. And, but I do see them moving forward and communicating with you. So again, I would look for something in the form of like small messages, small, maybe like acts of, or like messages of like care. So I would look at like text messages, social media. I would say even like physical, like paper letter at this point. It's going to require some patience though. And maybe you can just know that this person is, they're struggling with something. Either their ego was blown or something from a previous experience, and they're trying to like work their way out of it and kind of be okay with just being their full self. So that's kind of like where their head's at right now, I think. But I would say yes to you, Kiss. All right, Manya, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate that. These spam calls are crazy. Is it just like the month for like major spam calls? All right, Manya, what is your question? Thank you so much for the donation. Okay, so we're gonna do Grav. When will Shilpi contact me? Will Shilpi contact Grav? Got the Knight of Wands in reverse with the King of Cups. So far I'm thinking that the way that this person might communicate with you, there's one of two things happening here. This person, how they might be communicating with you, might be coming from a space of they're not really feeling either trusting in themselves or their capabilities. They might be investing a lot of their time into other people and maybe not enough into themselves. And so I think what might happen is, because there's kind of that lack of emotional structure there, sometimes the way that this person can communicate is like a ball of flames. And when that happens, sometimes boundaries aren't respected. Could be that, or it could be that this person is on hold from communicating because they are afraid, because they're not in a position to be vulnerable. So, so I do not. Let's see. Let me get some clarifiers on this Knight of Wands here. Any messages about this Knight of Wands? It's just going to take some time. It will take some time for this person to reach out to you, but I do see them extending maybe even an apology, and if they feel like an apology is due, or it's just extending like an interest, an opportunity to grow something like from seed. See how they're just kind of like they're handling this right now is like, wow, this is like this new thing. I'm just starting to see the value in this. It's going to require some patience. Hey, Queen Bee. We can get you on the list. So I've got PB. Queen. Okay. All right, Queen, I've got you down on the list. I've got another Queen on here too, though. Let me see if that's another Queen or if that's the same one. That's Queen Famous. Okay. All right. So let's continue. And then they said, is there a love connection for Grog? And should be in the near future. I saw that King of Cups come out again. So I want to say there's a reason. I kind of want to say yes, but there's also this person is kind of not in a space to be emotionally like available. I'm wondering if they are in a space of kind of learning about their either their fears or some things that they do, behaviors that they have that stimulate like fear is feeding into their actions, or there's something coming from this place of not wanting to be vulnerable, having ties to maybe emotional trauma, that this person finds themselves in a space of kind of questioning their beliefs and which ones are limiting. So I do want to say yes. But I think some patience is going to be required because of where this person's mindset is at. Yeah, they're working on releasing themselves from limiting beliefs right now, which is probably why they're not in a space of being like emotionally there, and they're afraid to kind of reach out. But I do see that there is an attraction there. So it will take some, it requires some patience. All right. Raging Dolphin Flipper. I love that name. I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you for coming to the channel. All right, Manya. Thanks for your question, Grav. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly as well. Manya, general read. We'll see what comes up. I'm going to do past, present, future for you. We'll get some clarifiers and some oracles. So, Grav, you asked me a couple questions, and so when will they contact you? I do not see it in the near future. I would give it about 3 months. I would give it about 3 months actually for that, because of where I see that this person is coming from. There were major arcana there, right? I saw a Hierophant with the devil there, and that is someone really in a space of kind of questioning their limiting beliefs, and that can take time to come to like new levels of consciousness throughout. So I would give it about 3 months. Within 3 months. Manya did a donation. You're welcome, Rob. So they are before. They're before Grav. So yeah, that list that Manya just posted is correct. And we're doing a general read for Manya. So I'm going to do past, present, and future for them. We'll get some clarifiers. We'll do some oracles. So first card is going to be Manya's, the energy in Manya's past. We've got current and the energy that they will most likely experience in the near future. I got you. Oh, okay. Thanks for communicating, everybody. Temperance. Temperance is the overall energy here. Which is amazing. I mean, it's coming from a place of allowing something to die. You know, it could be a way of thinking, a perspective, like levels of consciousness. This is like leveling up for sure. In the past, we've got the Empress energy, so you could be just like really feeling yourself, feeling hella confident, attracting some energy, feeling very creative, very inspired, feeling like things are growing around you. Maybe you've received a lot of abundance due to you allowing yourself to just be yourself. And this is another card of you just really being in your element and really feeling yourself. We've got the sun here. So right now, you know, you might be feeling really very inspired, feeling really good. You know, it's that same feeling maybe that you had when you know, when people are really open to you know, messages from the universe. They're open to being themselves. They're not afraid to do so. Um, there's a child on here, and I often associate with like this feeling was like, you know, when you're a kid and you're not entirely conscious or aware of how exposed you are to social media or like social structures that hinder your ability to use your imagination and believe in yourself. This kid is like kind of the embodiment of everything, of like you believing in yourself and you really feeling yourself and just really being in your element, not really caring about what anybody else is thinking. Uh-huh. In the future, we've got the world. So this, you know, I'm saying level up, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. You're in a space of moving forward with some level of consciousness or way of thinking that will just do nothing but benefit you and serve you in achieving whatever endeavors you want. So I want to get some clarifiers here. Any messages about this Empress energy in the past for Manya? We've got the Princess of Swords in reverse. So maybe in the past, this Empress feeling or whatever this energy that you might be feeling confident about, it could be because it could be coming from a place of either like communicating with yourself or wondering how you would like to communicate with other people, and maybe realizing that you just being confident is a choice that you got to make in understanding the way that you like to be talked to, I guess, or the way that you want to talk to other people or communicate with them, or even in just in ways that you would like to be approaching a situation or approaching a problem. um, Sometimes approaching a situation from logic is like a really good thing to do, but I think sometimes when we're overwhelmed by our emotions, it can be like the most difficult thing to do, and we come off as maybe a little bit immature in our own way of seeing ourselves. um, I've also got transformation here. There's definitely transformation, I think, is definitely a running theme throughout here. And, you know, I see putting a stop to putting in any work that doesn't either represent you or, you know, kind of not doing work that you're not interested in doing, I think. Um, let me get some messages about the sun here. Any messages about the sun as they're coming? I've been seeing the King of Cups too when I'm shuffling, so I've been seeing the King of Cups too. There's kind of like the sun, I feel, is like about trying to bring balance to a sense of like being lazy about one's life, about like either investing in oneself or in one's life, and it may be coming off as like a chore to do. But I think having this approach of the sun and really being like allowing yourself to be inspired by just allowing yourself to be you, because we kind of have, well, we do have like an unlimited amount of inspirational energy in our heart chakra. And maybe that's why I saw that King of Cups so often and while I was shuffling, is because King of Cups allows their heart chakra to be open. That's how they lead in the world. That's how they have been taking action in their life. And your life can seem like less of a chore if you find it worth investing in yourself. So let's look at this world card here in the future position, because there's an end to a cycle. There's an end to a cycle, and I'm sure that you already feel it. We've got the sun here, which is number 19, and we've got temperance here. So there's been a lot of work put into this. A lot has been let go. A lot has been let go. A lot of limiting fears as well have been let go. And you will continue to experience this type of energy in the near future. So this looks great. What I want to do is I want to get some oracle cards. Of course, we got to get some soul truth in here. There's definitely a lot of clarity coming to you now and in the near future. And I think this has to do with you investing in yourself. Any messages for Manya? Am I willing? You are on the edge of something great. Can you feel it? Yes, there is risk, uncertainty, and imperfections ahead. Failure is certain, and vulnerability is a requirement. That King of Cups. You must be brave and trust yourself more than ever before. Absolutely. It appears that this current energy, that sun card, is like perfect for that. That's a perfect perspective for moving into the future. You will reach the dream, but you must stretch yourself into a whole new level of belief and willingness in order to move forward with courage. Absolutely. Hey, Jessica, thanks for coming to the channel. Today's soul action: be brave, follow your heart's compass, and lift the lid on your own dreams. Today's mantra: it's possible. I really resonate with this too. Like, even me myself, like, I feel like every day is a new opportunity to be open and be vulnerable. And what I think some people don't realize is the power in being vulnerable. When you're vulnerable, you're able to not only understand your energy, but the energies around you. And you can create a lot of like very powerful solutions, kind of like how that's like my purpose for this channel, right? Is I'm trying to understand energy the best that I can, so I can, you know, collaborate with who is ever asking me the question to come up with some really powerful solutions that literally can change that person's life. It can change how they see everything. So let's pull another soul truth. Yes, my name is Rachel, Jessica. You might also see yes, my name is Rachel. Any other messages for Manya? Whoa. Manya, am I in my head or in my heart? And it appears that I get a lot of the same messages that you do, which kind of makes sense to me because it, from what I'm feeling, you are a very open and vulnerable person already. Like your readings are just really on point, and I think it's because of your willingness and allowing me to do that. So taking that to the next step is just going to be that much more powerful. What is the quality of your self-talk? Our brain is like a muscle. If we condition it daily, the fears and limitations will take over. Mastering our thoughts is about being the creator of your own life. Where your head meets your heart is where miracles happen, right? As above, so below. Today's soul action, today master your mind. Watch an inspiring video, do some tapping, read an empowering book, or write out all the reasons why you believe in yourself and your dreams. What am I most afraid of losing? As we grow, change, and transform our lives, it requires us to let go of something that was to make room for what will be. If you were to take the big leap today, would you feel scared of losing love, safety, or belonging? What if it was a big fat lie? What if it was impossible to lose any of those things because you have the power to give everything you need to yourself? This is just hitting so hard. Today's soul action, name that fear and look at the worst case scenario. Find a solution. Take your power back by being certain of who you are and where you're going. Today's mantra, I move forward knowing I am powerful beyond measure. I am loved, I am safe, and I belong. Am I clear on what my soul really wants? I feel like these all like pertain to what this reading is talking about. Take out the shoulds and the limitations, get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all of your heart. Today's soul action, ask yourself, what is it that your soul really wants? What does your heart crave? Then take one step in that direction. All right. So yes, Manya, I hope that resonated with you. Seems like you got some really good advice from Spirit out of that one. As always, really. So I'm grateful for you communicating with me and Spirit and Universe being open and me trying to be open enough to allow for communication. So thank you everyone for being vulnerable. You are so welcome. Empress, thank you so much for your 222 donation. I really like that. Jessica, thank you so much for your donation. So let me just make sure I'm getting this list correct. We've got Jessica up next, followed by Ari, which is Empress 77. Got you. All right. So first up, we have Jessica. Jessica asks, I wanted to ask my partner Ivan's feeling to me. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to do a 6-card spread called Nothing But Feelings Tarot Spread. So I'm just shuffling the cards right quick. Jessica about Ivan. All right. I did see the lovers. I just saw the lovers, which is indicative. The six has an energy of like there's a social aspect to it, which brings in a sense of like cooperation and harmony. The six also has to do with social responsibility. So this person might be making some type of decision with you or decision towards you in regards to y'all's connection. Either way, it seems like they're coming from a place of care and love, which I always like to see. So first card is going to be this person's energy towards you, Jessica. Second card is going to be your energy towards Ivan, or how you feel about them. Third card is going to be where Ivan's head is at in regards to this situation. Fourth card is going to be where your head is at in regards to this situation. Fifth card is going to be the most probable outcome if the energies that we're about to read continue on. And we've got how to make this connection better. Bottom of the deck, we have tradition. So I'm wondering if the overall energy here is something having to do, sometimes I see that when it comes to people that, either get married or there's some sort of structure between there's a specific type of structure about their relationship that can be seen as traditional. So how this person is feeling towards you, I've got the star. This is very, very hopeful, very positive. I'm looking at this person's face on the card, and it's just like very serene. They're feeling very like hopeful, very good energy. They could even be like find you very infatuating. Like they're very, very interested, just like genuinely infatuated. I see you. Live together. Okay. How you might be feeling towards this person. We've got the Ten of Swords. We got the Ten of Swords in reverse. So, you might have been maybe experiencing either some difficulties with this person, or it might have been like with yourself, maybe some worries and fears. I'm wondering what these worries and fears are regarding this person. If you're worried about them, we'll get some clarifiers on this here too. But it could be coming out of a space of like allowing these swords to kind of drop, and worries and concerns and fears are like fading away. It could be like you're feeling like you need to put an end. There's been an end put to some type of like worry or something that's kind of been beaten to death in the mind, or that's been causing some sort of irritation. Where this person's head is at, we've got the Queen of Swords here. So they're coming from a space, how they see themselves in the situation, as thinking very clearly, cutting through bullshit. They might be even communicating in this manner and not really communicating really from an emotional place. This is more of like logic, being very clear, being very direct, cutting through bullshit. It might even come off as harsh sometimes. We'll get some clarifiers on that as well. Where you think of how you might think of yourself in this situation, there is this moon here. There's this kind of, maybe lack of clarity, or really having to rely on your intuition in order to be guided through either this connection or this situation. You might be unclear as to maybe where you stand as well. We'll get some clarifiers on that. We've got the most probable outcome if everything continues the way that it does. We've got the Four of Cups here. There's might be some sort of like, usually I see the Four of Cups as like dissatisfaction. But this person on this card in particular kind of seems a little bit more like they're just kind of in a removed headspace. So the total, like y'all's combined energy might be a little bit like in your head, not as much like taking action toward each other. It could be feeling a little bit like, you might be a little bit bored. You might be feeling a little bit bored towards each other with the situation. Or there just might be nothing really to fuss about, which is kind of a like peaceful-ish type of feeling I'm getting from here. Cinnamon Toes, good to see you. Thanks for coming to the channel. We've got some really good advice here as to how to make this situation better. This Queen of Cups is coming from a place of, we can close it right now, actually, Manya. Thank you for asking. This Queen of Cups is coming from a place of listening, being understanding, allowing for vulnerability, right? Which I don't know how much you are personally in a space of doing this or being this energy. You might be able to do that. I've got this Ten of Swords in reverse, and the moon, as uncomfortable and as unclear as it may feel, I think coming from like maybe even faking it till you make it, coming with this energy of being open, being loving, being caring, whatever those things mean to you. Being an open ear, being understanding is the energy that is required to make this situation better, or to make this a little bit more like livable. And what's interesting is that this person's headspace is at the Queen of Swords, where they're coming from right now. So I'm wondering how that would interact with coming from this, trying to come from a perspective of the Queen of Cups, how that might alleviate maybe some tension that might be here. Let's get some clarifiers here. Any messages about this Ten of Swords as to where Jessica is, how Jessica is feeling about this person? We've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. Any other messages about how Jessica feels about this person or towards this person? Whoa. So I am seeing that there might be some tension here. So a little bit of conflict here. People really feeling like maybe they need to be listened to, and not really sure who's going to take the initiative on that. Right? So there's this kind of like back and forth energy with that. And I want to get some information about this Four of Cups as the most probable outcome. I'm just interested in what type of, like, what level of discontent are we talking about? Because this person kind of seems somewhat peaceful because their head's in another place. I've got the Ten of Cups in reverse. So you could be, as if the energy continues the way that it does, it could be people just kind of in a space of thinking about what they desire, as opposed to taking the action steps toward that. Any other messages about this Four of Cups? It's kind of like a happily ever after that you're just kind of like imagining, and it's not the actual reality of the situation. Because this other person, this other Ivan person, is very much so it seems like there's this type of holding on to something that maybe needs to be let go in order for a movement to be moving like forward. Because I'm getting a little bit of stuck energy. I've got two fours now here as the most probable outcome. With this Four of Cups, I've also got a Four of Pentacles, and that can sometimes be kind of like hunkering down and again, like not extending, like not reaching out. But there's a sense of like letting go here and needing to be vulnerable. People need to be listened to and heard. And I think that'll get some movement going here and kind of like change how this dynamic looks like into something a bit more exciting. So let me get some oracle cards for you, Jessica. I want to do this Iris deck for you first. All right, so this is for Jessica. Any advice for Jessica? Interesting. You got number 62, The Lonely Journey of the Priestess. So let's check this out. This should be interesting. To commit to yourself, to commit to further unfurling mysteries, to search for the strongest self you have, can be a lonely journey. A strong, independent, and knowledgeable person can intimidate others who are not ready to be there yet. Your road to truth is what will make you successful and happy, and the people who can't travel beside you should probably go their own way. Your success will serve you in a way that feels very different than the feelings of partnerships, but it is equally, if not more, rewarding. And along your very long and potentially lonely path, if you meet someone on top, that's great. But for now, keep your focus on getting to that mountain peak. The valleys below will thank you. I want to do a soul truth for you too, Jessica. Any advice for Jessica? Of course, Jessica. I hope that this is resonating with you. What do you think about all of this? I'm curious. Any other advice for Jessica? Well, there's multiple ones that fall out, but this one in particular keeps falling out. Who am I placing the blame on right now? On whom am I placing the blame right now? A person who blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames themselves has begun their lesson. A person who blames no one has finished their lesson. Today's soul action, take responsibility. On whom are you placing blame right now? Today, free yourself by releasing all victimhood. I feel you. Today, free yourself by releasing all victimhood, blame, and resistance. They don't belong where you are going. Only love and courage live there. Make a choice to do it, even if you don't feel ready. Make a choice to do it, even if you don't feel ready. Listen to your heart. You will be led. And that very much reminds me of that Queen of Cups. Like, that's an energy of listening, like not just listening to other people, but like being in a space of being able to listen to yourself, listening to your intuition so that you can like make correct judgments using your foresight and your physical feelings, like your emotional feelings. Okay, Jessica, so I hope that resonated with you. It appears that it did. I really appreciate your question. And I think that creating this space for yourself to, maybe you can rewind this video, this YouTube live stream, and where I reread The Lonely Journey of the Priestess. I think that is very applicable here. creating space for yourself, taking the time to just be, and the clarity will come. All right. Empress, 7770. What is your question? All right. I'm gonna do the 6-card spread on you that I like to do with people, so I can see where all parties are coming from. So this is for Empress 770, and they're wondering about this Aqua person. First card is their current feelings towards you. Second card is your current feelings towards this other person. Third card is where this person's mind is at, what they think of themselves in the how they think about themselves in the situation. Fourth card is how you might think about yourself in the situation. We've got most probable outcome and how to make this connection better. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ace of Swords. So there's some clarity here. There's an opportunity for clarity. Either someone is reaching out. This is somebody being truthful with themselves, even. How this person might be feeling towards you, Empress. I've got the 6 of Swords in reverse. So I'm just like, because this is a very interesting energy to have in regards to feeling towards somebody else. The 6 of Swords is talking about moving away from something that mentally does not serve you or is just like not safe. It literally could be getting some help towards moving toward higher ground. The 6 of Swords in reverse with this deck is often associated with somebody not being truthful with themselves. In regards to how this person might be feeling toward you, it could be talking about this person is, we'll get some clarifiers, but they could feeling like they either should leave or they should like move away in order to gain some like clarity. There's something about safety here. And sometimes situations that feel safe, we feel like very drawn into them for other reasons. And we stay even though that we know that we should leave. So I'm going to pull some clarifiers on that. How you might be feeling towards this person. We've got the Page of Wands, so there's definitely like a spark of attraction here. There's some interest. This person might catch your eye for sure. Where this person's mind is at, which might make sense as to how this person feels towards you. We've got the 7 of Cups in reverse. So this person might be in their head about y'all's connection or about you to the point of it not being beneficial. It might even be a little bit harmful. It might be stimulating some anxiety from this person in regards to social settings and how they make an appearance in social settings. We've got this 10 of Wands here for you, Empress. So you might be feeling very frustrated. You might be feeling like there's, you've maybe feeling like you're doing a lot of busy work, and that the work is not being shared possibly. And so, look at that. That person's back is like hurting my back foot. Kind of bending over backwards type thing. But you seem to still be interested in this person. Most probable outcome, we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. So there could be a lack of communication. There could be a lack of communication with this person. And with this Ace of Swords under here, I've got the Eight of Swords, the Strength card, and the Ace of Swords. I think this person is struggling with some limiting beliefs, honestly. I think they're too in their head and are trying to find the strength to have a new level of consciousness or way of thinking. And that's definitely like kind of reverberating on this person's side of the spread. They're very much kind of like entrenched in emotion right now, and it's blocking their ability to make decisions or take action. They kind of seem to be stuck in wallowing in their stuff. And that kind of seems to be a continuation here. Either this person is struggling to reach out because their head is not above the clouds, kind of like how I've been talking about here, or they might, if they do, it could be like lashing out in a way that is stemming from these like limiting beliefs, which can get in the way of somebody communicating or making like sound decisions. Best advice, and this is kind of what I was feeling before I even flipped over this card. Like when I was shuffling, I was like, I wonder if the advice here is going to be some kind of like tough love type thing, or it might be a little bit, well, I guess that's a perception too, huh? This Six of Cups as advice is talking about, I think there are issues here with people not being able to look back at the past. Okay, there's an issue here of someone being stuck in the past, kind of being stuck in the past. And so what I would advise here for this is, if there is communication, to make sure that everybody feels safe. Everybody knows that they are safe in the space that y'all choose or not choose to create. Coming from a place of love, whatever that means to you, coming from a place of connecting and caring, even if that means just like for yourself, looking at how you're talking to yourself, because it starts with you. Not like you, specifically you, but like in general, it starts within us, the way that we talk to ourselves and the way that we process our own emotions or lack thereof, because we're not ready to, right? Everybody's on their own timeline. Sure, it looks like it applies to both of you then, because this person, I believe, has some kind of like past trauma as well, which is why they might be acting out in these ways. So yes, I want to get some clarifiers. Let me get some clarifiers on first on this Six of Swords in reverse, as to how this person might be feeling about you currently. We've got the Nine of Cups in reverse. So there's definitely this energy here of how this person, in regards to how this person is like feeling about you. There could be a sense of like possessiveness even with this Nine of Cups in reverse. I'm just thinking that along with the energy of this Six of the Six, there could be something that's coming off as like possessive, or there's something that they're not satisfied, like I think within themselves, and so it's coming out in these kind of like selfish kind of ways, which I like regard as a form of possessiveness. Any other messages about this Six of Swords? It's kind of like an energy of like, there's some stuckness here for sure, and it definitely has to do with this person, I think, not being satisfied with themselves. We got the Prince of Cups with the Five of Pentacles in reverse as to how this person might be feeling about you. And I'm just kind of getting some like either emotional immaturity or some kind of like emotional manipulation, maybe because this person feels abandoned in their own personal life. I want to get some cards about this Queen of Swords in reverse as the outcome here. Any messages about this Queen of Swords in reverse? We've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. So there's definitely something here about not being able to let something go. Somebody, there's like kind of this plaguing of kind of either tension or turmoil, or, you know, it's definitely a feeling of kind of rock bottom. Any other messages about this Queen of Swords in reverse? We've got another 5, so there's some conflict here, and you know, the work that you're putting in, or that both people might be putting in, might feel a little bit stale. I want to get some cards about this advice here. Six of Cups is accompanied by this King of Cups. So this is very much people understanding how they feel, coming from a place of leading with care, leading from their emotions. You obviously need to know how you feel before you can lead in this way. Might be a fake it till you make it situation, which I highly recommend because they work. This person is advice would be to be, you know, be in touch with yourself and what you feel that you need. Don't be afraid to communicate what you need, what you're feeling. And, you know, this person has experienced a lot emotionally, and this person has mastered their emotions and emotional like boundaries. They have a really good understanding of what emotional boundaries are required here. And that's the kind of the same energy that I'm getting from this Six of Cups, the Six of Cups in reverse. If somebody is having some harsh words to say, you know, this is definitely going to require someone looking within themselves to see how they would like to move forward, something that would most benefit them, though. You don't want to be denying how you feel. So what I want to do is I want to get some oracle cards here. Let's see. There is an energy here, I think, on both parties of like finding the strength to be honest with oneself so that there's clarity for everybody involved. Any messages for Empress? Any messages for Empress? Any advice for Empress? Any advice for Empress? How can I be more flexible right now? What are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let it go. Let love move through you today and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. Today's soul action, remind yourself all day long that you are safe, that life is happening for you, and that you are not alone. Then do some yoga. I feel like that pertains to what we've been talking about. Any other messages for Empress? When was the last time I danced freely? Because it will dance, because it will shift you into a beautiful state, because it will get you out of your head and into your body and heart, because fear lives in the head along with anxiety, control, guilt, frustration, and impatience. In just a few minutes of dancing, you will make the shift. You will feel a charge of joy and confidence take over, and you will feel a soul reminder to live and lead from your heart. That's exactly what we were just talking about with that King of Cups. Dancing is a tool to ground us in the now. It triggers happiness and is the gateway to freedom. To become free, dance. Today's soul action, dance for 3 minutes to your favorite song. Notice the inward fire growing within and the feeling you feel being you. You are a wild, loving force. Express it with dance today. And you also got, what is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? What story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you're not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. Today's soul action, it's time to upgrade. Look your belief in the eye. Where did it come from? What new belief are you ready to adopt in its place? How will this change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your result. Own it, heal it, and upgrade it. I like the dance one too. All right, Empress, I hope that that resonated with you and you got some, were able to get some good advice to feel a little bit more empowered in this situation. Maybe you have a better understanding of what's going on in this situation and what to do. So thank you so much for your question and your energy and for your donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I love having your energy here at the channel, Empress. All right. So we've got Babita. I believe, right? All right. What are Babita's future person's let's see about this Babita's person's looks and nature in the future. Seven, 1, 4. I don't know who that is. How does Babita's future person look and what is their nature? We've got the Eight of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Tower. So I feel like this person is going to kind of come out of nowhere. This person will come out of nowhere, and they appear to have dark hair, and I'm getting kind of like long-ish. They might have like dark, coarser hair, dark eyes. Their hair might be a little bit long. And this person's going to come into your life out of nowhere. It's really going to like shake the current foundation of whatever you've got going on. I feel like their nature, they might come off as confident, but they are actually struggling with some limiting beliefs. They're struggling with some fears. So that's going to come into play as to how this person communicates. But they will come off as confident. I'm kind of getting like a fire sign, or I kind of want to say a maybe an Aries, possibly an Aries. Yeah. Okay. It might be right. So that tower was there. So there's going to be a situation that really surprises you, like really shocks you, that you might not see coming. And that's when this person will be introduced into your life. All right. So thanks for your question, Babita. Unicorn. Is Unicorn here? Hey, Raging. Is doing tarots every day like working out? It's really good practice. Every day I like just get the opportunity to try something new or to like expand my mind, to like be more caring, to be more open and vulnerable, because I'm human too, right? Like I've been through emotional trauma as well. So I'm trying to like open my heart chakra and keep it open, because that's how messages come through. And anybody can do that. 2 hours before you're toasted. I really feel that. Well, good for you for being able to go for 2 hours. Am I going to meet my next boyfriend in August? Thank you so much, Raging. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Even with this, like me doing this right now, like I can be really, really hard on myself, and I can also get caught up with my own anxieties. So I gotta, it's just like continuously putting my energy behind my anxiety and just like observing anxious thoughts and feelings and just like watching them go by so that I can focus on what I'm doing right now. So we've got, am I going to meet my next boyfriend in August for Unicorn Corn? I like that name. We got the Chariot. So there's definitely going to be some inspiration here in which you will feel like moving forward, you could just be in a space, be in a mindset and a heart space of being open and confident, and having some momentum to move forward with connecting because you feel that way, which is like the type of energy that you would want to have when you're connecting with someone. You don't want to be connecting with someone to try and like have them fill some void in you. Like you just want to feel good about yourself and what you're doing and putting work into yourself and putting work into your dreams. Like that's the best possible position, because you're going to attract that energy, and the person that you'll meet will have a similar type of energy. And when frequencies that are alike come together, their energy doubles. That's just something I learned in physics class that I was taking. Right. So Raging is asking if they're going to meet their next boyfriend in this August. I saw the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck, so this is very much pertaining to you listening to yourself, listening to your intuition, right? And by doing that, by investing in yourself, you're going to attract the energy that that is most beneficial for you. We've got this this 9 of Cups. This is about someone, I think, that is investing in themselves. And this is like what I've been talking about since before I even started actually pulling cards out for you. Unicorn Corn is this idea of the more you invest in yourself and listen to yourself and actually make it clear to yourself and the universe as to what it is that you are wanting, desiring, or trying to attract. That's when this like amazing people are going to come into your life. I've had this experience like personally. Let's do another one for and I just saw the Chariot again, just like out of my peripheral. Is a Unicorn Corn going to meet their next boyfriend in August? Whoa. We've got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So this could be a period of, because there's just like this lack of cups here, I'm getting that August is going to be a period of, again, cultivating something that you are trying to manifest. And that's such a big part of it. I think that a lot of people forget that the type of energy that they would like to attract comes from them actually understanding what it is that they're trying to attract. So it might require a little bit of patience to manifest. This is literally, this person is pointing up above and below because they're saying, there's this saying, as above, so below. They are literally taking action, cultivating what it is that they want to manifest into the physical plane, and are on a very good position to be manifesting whatever it is that they want. They have all the tools, resources that they need. See all these tools here? They've got a wand to take action. They've got this pentacle here to know their value. They've got this cup here to listen to their, be guided by their intuition and their emotion. And they got this sword here to keep their head above the clouds to make good decisions for themselves. So I want to say that August is going to be a lot about you. And I'm going to do, will you meet your person at university? Will Unicorn Corn meet their person in university? We got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. There's going to be opportunities for sure. You want to definitely be taking this time with yourself, like we just talked about, to be focusing on what it is that you want, because you will be getting opportunities in university. But in order to know that you're getting the one that you should be investing in, that's just going to require you knowing yourself. Yeah, there's definitely going to be there's going to be multiple people that maybe come and go. This Ace of Cups here is just definitely something that you want to be, hey Crystal, something that you want to be aware of, because I can see people kind of offering themselves, coming and going, kind of going like back and forth with people. And you don't have to be messing with all that. Like, if you know what you want and you're very like familiar with the type of energy that you give off, it's just, that's what's going to come and be attracted to you. Okay, so I would say yes to you meeting this person in university. There's a substantial amount of work that I think the universe is wanting you to invest in yourself. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. Well, you'll be much more aware of that and being able to kind of decide for yourself what would be the best investment. Okay. Thank you so much for your question, Unicorn. Thanks for coming to the channel. All right, Junish. I will give I'll give Junish some time to post their question. Seven 714. It's probably a scam. 714 area. Yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure that's a scam. What will happen between me and H in the future? What will the energy between Jurish, excuse me. Thanks for communicating, Jurish. What will happen between H and Jurish in the future? What will be their energy in the future? Putting a lot of energy into something. There's putting in some energy, possibly into trying to get a home life situation situated, or just a kind of like collaboration. This is like, sorry, my thing is delaying. My screen is delaying. I don't know if it's delaying for y'all. I think there's going to be work put into correcting a situation that has not been touched on yet, has not been given light to. Because there's a cycle here of something that's not complete, and maybe it has to do with getting some like housing things together, or some sort of like something you've been trying to like celebrate or get together. And it looks like there will be an energy here of actually making like valid, fair decisions on this. So it looks like there will be some communication here about some putting work into some project or some sort of like get together that has not happened yet. I see you. I see you. There's somebody communicating about the work wanting to be put into that. So you can expect some communication. And when you do communicate with this person, I think it would be best to just come from a place of having your head above the clouds, right? And not being overwhelmed by your emotions, I think would be the best way for fairness to come about. Well, you're definitely gonna hear about it. You will definitely be able to hear about it. And when you talk about it, if you do communicate about it, it will be most beneficial to be coming from a place of not being overwhelmed by your emotions. You want to be as fair as possible. You want to make good decisions, like for yourself, if anything. So you're definitely going to hear about it. All right, Jurish, thank you so much for your question. Thanks for coming to the channel. Empress Daisy. Empress Daisy, thank you for being so patient. Do you have a question? Empress. Oh, I think I have Empress on here twice for some reason. All right, I'm going to go by Manya's list. Cheryl. Is Cheryl here? Oh, that's probably what it is. You're welcome, Jurish. Okay. I'm not seeing Cheryl in here, so let's go to the next person. Queen. All right, Manya, take care. No worries. Thanks for coming to the channel. Queen Famous. Will I be financially stable doing tarot and spiritual work? Will Queen Famous profit from doing tarot and spiritual work? Queen, do you feel like you're kind of limiting yourself? Do you feel like you limit yourself as to how much you believe that you can do this? Hi, Kayana. I've closed the list for today. If you hit the subscribe and then the bell, you'll be notified of when I come back on. Okay, because I can see that there are some self-generated fears here. Like when you originally asked me before I even pulled any of these cards out, I'm like, of course, because if that's something that, of course, that you will be financially stable doing tarot and spiritual work. Because I'm just thinking that if it's something that you really want to do and you put your energy into it and you just connect with your heart to it, people are going to be very attracted to your energy just because you're you during doing this either tarot or spiritual work, however it looks like for you to be doing that. People are going to love that. And let me tell you, just from doing these live streams, there's an endless amount of people that want readings. And there's several different ways that you can get paid, and you don't even need to have YouTube. Dude, me too. Me too. I'm just always learning, and I'm just so grateful to every day is a new opportunity to just be more open and not be so hard on myself, because I struggle with limiting beliefs too. Really, really am just becoming more and more consciously aware of how much I limit myself and how much I say no to myself for no reason other than I'm just saying no to myself. So I'm seeing that, and I'm also seeing the World card. I'm just pulling these from the bottom of the deck. These aren't even from the 3 that I pulled out for you right now. I think that moving forward with this is saying that there's an end. There's going to be an end to these limiting beliefs. It's just a matter of removing these ties that are very loosely bound on this person and kind of walking away from this situation. I definitely think that you have nothing to fear. In regards to you benefiting financially, being financially stable, right? I've got the King of Cups in reverse, the Page of Wands, and the High Priestess in reverse. I think that yes, that this will bring financial stability, but what this is telling me more here is there's this connectedness to your intuition that is just like really wanting to be made conscious. And I believe that it will. Like the more action steps that you take towards this, it's just gonna like grow like exponentially. This High Priestess here is like no joke. Your intuition is on point. With this King of Cups, like your intuition is on point. This is a matter of you trusting yourself. So this is the major message that I'm getting from Spirit here. I want to do. I just want to do an oracle card for you right quick, so we can. Any messages for Queen? Take action as if you're like not afraid. You know, like when maybe when you were a kid and you were just like, oh, I'm interested in this, so I'm just gonna go do this. It's like that type of energy. I'm just gonna take action on it. You got a message from the universe. Who can I serve today? In a world lacking soul to soul connection, I feel like this really has everything to do actually with what we're talking about right now. This is pretty crazy. In a world lacking soul to soul connection, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. Who needs you today? Today's soul action, listen to your heart. Who needs you? Make one soulful connection today and give solely to spread more love, expecting nothing in return. Notice the joy that you feel when you serve others. So I'm excited for this journey that you are on. I'm excited for you to move forward and really just understand for you, like yourself, what it means for you to understand your intuition and what it means for you to trust yourself and to speak with yourself and to believe in your dreams, because literally you can make anything happen. I think it's just like, for me, from my personal experience, it's also like the quality of my self-talk that dictates the decisions that I make throughout the day and whether or not I'm really invested in my dreams throughout the day during that time. So thank you so much for your question, Queen Famous. All right. Yeah, echo that. Thank you, Miriam, for posting the list. Yes, I do have JJ up next. If JJ is here. Are you watching a Let's Play? What Let's Play are you watching? I was literally, when I was doing the reading yesterday, I have a monitor right next to me and I was watching a Let's Play at the same time. Last of Us 2. Oh, that's what's up. I really like the Mass Effect series. I don't know if you ever played Mass Effect, but I love watching gameplay. I've watched a significant amount of The Last of Us as well. I'm not seeing. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, especially if you like role-playing games like that. And shooters. It's a shooter too. Me too. Way better than movies. What the fuck? All right. Is JJ or Empress? Empress Daisy. I have just got to go to the restroom right quick, and then I will be right back. I'll give y'all a minute to post y'all's questions. Cinnamon Toast Toasty. I'm glad you're still here. I hope you're having a good day. All right. Thank you for your question and for your patience. It's Empress Daisy. Do I have cinnamon on the list? It's JJ and then Empress Daisy. Yeah, I got Toasty on there. Okay, cool. All right, JJ. Yeah, we gonna get there. I've been going pretty fast today. Unless it's been donation based, I take a little bit more time on the donation. Okay, JJ. Good for you for eating. Good for you for taking care of yourself. I gotta eat some food after this too. JJ, do you see improvement in our relationship? We are both gems. 5 years. What does LDR mean? All right, so this is for JJ. Okay, I got you. Thank you for clarifying that for me. Improvement in their relationship for JJ and their Gemini person. So it appears that, well, there's definitely a major transition happening. I've got this death card at the bottom of the deck. There's a major transition happening. Time marches forward regardless of where everybody is at on their personal timeline. There might be a transition that's been in the works, I think, that's required a lot of patience. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely change coming to the connection. Maybe there's been some like inherent conflict, or somebody's been in conflict within themselves, and it's required a lot of patience and understanding on both parties. I've got this hangman in here in reverse. Death card is not scary. In fact, it's like probably my favorite card in the deck, because it means that whatever you're moving towards is much more beneficial than what has died or what you're allowing to die. Everything happens in cycles. Like, you cannot stop life from happening. And that's what I mean when I say time marches forward regardless of where everybody's at on their timeline. But it is a good sign that you're moving towards something that is better. In regards to improvements in the relationship, I've got the hangman here in reverse. I've got the King of Cups in reverse, and I've got the Seven of Swords. So I feel like there actually, in the coming future, might be a little bit more some instability. There's, I believe, some like either insecurity, someone is struggling to connect, somebody doesn't want to be vulnerable. They are kind of like stuck in a place of, it's like they're not taking any other perspective into account. So as far as like in regards to your question, something improving, it's interesting because I do have this death card here, which is putting an end to like either the internal squabbles or like if this is external fighting. I kind of want to stay hopeful about it. At the same time, there's this energy here of resistance, and it creating some like kind of like mental turmoil, or more often than not, like miscommunication, I think. So it's a little complicated. It is transitioning into something. I'm still picking up on some energy here of not being vulnerable and either communicating in kind of shady ways or unstable ways. It could get to the point of there being some like emotional manipulation because somebody's like failing to see a new perspective or take action on a new perspective. So it feels a little bit unstable to me. So it seems like this situation, I'm seeing this temperance here. Look, uh, there's some resistance, but the situation is moving forward. It's transitioning into something else, and it's required a lot of patience to get to this point. So you can definitely expect those types of energies, and you can decide what you would like to do moving forward. Yes, Empress. Thank you for your question, JJ. Empress Daisy. What's your question? You're welcome. You are welcome, JJ. Okay. Am I what's the word? Am I lagging on y'all's end, or can you see me okay and hear me? This is for Empress Daisy. Will Empress's ex-friend Mike contact them soon and apologize? Okay, thank you, Empress. Will Empress's ex-friend contact them and apologize soon? I've got the Knight of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, so I definitely want to say that this person, you will gain clarity about this situation in the near future, and you will gain clarity about this situation in the near future. I do see this person approaching you and taking action in regards to connecting. But I would be careful. I would be careful about maybe their motives. I'd be careful about their motives, but you are absolutely going to gain clarity from this person. It will be, you're obviously will have the opportunity to accept this person's apology or not and move forward. But when this does happen, it will be clear to you as to what to do. All right, Empress. Thank you for your question. And thank you for coming to the channel. I wish my screen was not hella lagging. We don't follow each other anymore, but he liked my Instagram picture last night. Okay. Red Moon. You are so welcome, Empress. Thank you, Miriam. Red Moon and then Miriam. Miriam, if you have a question and you're ready, you want to go ahead and post it? What are the energies between me and Muhammad currently? Okay. What are the current energies between Miriam and Muhammad? I'm just looking at the bottom of the deck. There's some energy here about trying to gain clarity in order to move forward with a decision. Current energies. There's this energy of going back and forth between either being dissatisfied with the situation and being very drawn to it at the same time. So I'm wondering if there's this energy here. There's currently an energy of kind of being back and forth with being emotionally there and being very passionate. Yeah, I mean, I see that this King of Wands is here. I definitely see that this King of Wands is here, and they are what they focus on grows, right? Unless it involves someone else who is not willing to participate, because you can only control yourself. Let me see where this person's. What is Muhammad's energy towards Miriam? What is Muhammad's current energy? I think that they would. He's at the same. Not really pushing me out. This is what I got in regards to how this person might be feeling towards you right now. I've got the Magician with the Ten of Cups in reverse, and that's kind of telling me that either someone is wanting to take action on something that's actually a fantasy, or they are wanting to take action on something that they would like to turn into their reality. Yeah. And that is the current energy that I'm feeling for y'all right now. So I don't know if their head is just like stuck in like La La Land, essentially. Yeah. I think that you are correct, Miriam. Let me see. What are Muhammad's next action steps towards Miriam? Queen of Wands in reverse. They might be, again, there's this feeling, oh, I've got death right after that. So there is definitely a transition going on here with this person's energy in regards to you. Next action steps that they might take towards you. They might be communicating and speaking some truth about what it is that they desire for themselves. I think they're either afraid of being themselves and exposing that for whatever reason, but this person is interested in speaking some truth about this situation that they're in. And I see this progression of this energy from this person. And some clarity coming onto what it is that this person actually desires, how they would like to move forward with this. Yeah, I would say patience. I would say patience, but also like maybe pay attention to what it is that you need. All right, Miriam, thank you for your question. X Xena, will Austin find me? I already told a friend to keep Will Austin find me? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I done jumbled the cards. Okay. Will Austin find me? I already told a friend to keep on the lookout. And I won't be accepting any more donation-based readings or free readings. The list is closed on both counts, actually. Will Austin find me? I already told a friend to keep on the lookout. Will he go to the bar I used to work at and ask about me to find me? Will Austin find Xena? Yeah, I think that they will. I think that they will, and it will maybe come as a shock, or there's something about them being able to release something, or it will come at a time when it will be like very shocking, I think. It will be a relief and a release. Yes. He will find you. Thank you for your question, Xena. PB. Is PB here? I've got Queen PB, TEH, and then Queen B. Okay. How is my ex feelings towards me? So what is your question? Because I'm seeing a couple of questions here. What is your question, Tay? I'm seeing multiple questions. If you just have one question, I can answer it for you. I can try to answer it for you. All right, so I'm just gonna go with the... Okay, how does my ex view me? Not sure if he's into me still or with a third party. Let's take a look. Tez ex's feelings towards them, if any. What do they feel towards them? Tez ex. Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords in reverse. It appears as though that they would like to connect with you. I don't know if they are like still contacting you or if they are like, I don't think that I'm not sure if they're contacting you. They might just be keeping it to themselves. With this Knight of Cups here, though, I'm getting the sense that that this person either wants to reach out and connect and communicate with you, or you know, offer you a cup, offer you some care, offer you you know, something in regards to the heart chakra. I don't know if they're speaking on the, oh, you spoke 2 days ago. I don't know if they are going to communicate that they feel this way. I don't know if they're going to communicate that they feel this way. I think that they are kind of just like wrapped up, maybe wrapped up in their emotions right now, or they're feeling like they cannot make like a sound, just decision, I think. Any messages about this Queen of Swords in reverse? Yeah. Yeah, they're feeling a little bit like imbalanced, I think, when it comes to how they feel about you and sharing it. But there's some emotional like chemistry here connecting. Hey Katrina. Um the feelings are there. Like they definitely would like to connect with you. I'm not so sure that this person is going to communicate this to you. I don't think they know how. I don't think they know how without getting wrapped up in their emotions. So, thank you for your question. You can maybe kind of expect that type of maybe standoffish type energy. Just not being very vulnerable. Hey Janice, good to see you. Yes. Yeah, I see you, Tay. Right. Yeah, that seems to be what they are really trying to do. They're trying to do that. For sure. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I hope you're investing into yourself too, Tay. It's like probably the best thing that anybody can do. You are so welcome. Thank you for your question. Katrina, I'm not seeing a donation. I'm not seeing a donation. Good for you. I'm glad. I know I really try to do that every day with myself. It's on PayPal. Okay. It did go through. I am only doing one question at a time though. But what I can do is I can give you like a kind of extensive one and then a shorter and then a shorter one. But I do one question at a time. So what's your first or what question do you want me to go into like extensive detail? Thank you, Ted. Thank you so much for your donation as well, Katrina. How does Corey really feel about me? How does Corey really feel about Katrina currently? Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles in reverse, and the Nine of Cups in reverse. This kind of has an energy of like, I don't know if this person comes off as like selfish or there's some conflict here. There's a person feeling like, oh, they're being left out, and I feel like they just need to invest some time and energy into themselves. How they feel about you? There's some tension. I've got 2 5s here with a 9. So this person might be feeling really tired of either arguing or not wanting to have confrontation with you. They might be feeling as though they were at a loss or feeling like they were losing a lot, or they're in a space of maybe still feeling that way, like they had something like maybe taken from them. So it seems like this person feels as though there might be either some conflict because, I don't know, maybe you are like, you have a lot of the things that you desire, or there are a lot of people that you have around you that are giving you some sort of like wish fulfillment, and maybe they're feeling kind of left out. Does that resonate? I see. Well, I definitely think that they are aware of this and might be doing it for either selfish reasons or they're feeling insecure. I think it's insecurity. So what I want to do is I'd actually like to do a 6-card spread on that. And the first card here is going to be how this person is currently feeling towards you. Second card is how you might be feeling towards this person. Third card is how this person might be thinking of themselves in this situation. Fourth card is how you might be thinking of yourself. Most probable outcome if the energies continue. He feels like I'm out of his league. Yeah. I think that this other person feels very insecure, and that's why they are acting in this way. Because I'm sure that they are aware of what they're doing. I feel it. I think they're aware of what they're doing, and it's definitely causing some like disruption, some conflict, either within themselves or like with you in regards to their communicating, especially. Oh, for sure. So we've got the 6th card, which is the most probable outcome, and we've got the 6th card, which is how to make the connection better. Bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Swords in reverse, so it seems as though somebody is still feeling overwhelmed by their emotions, perhaps, and need some clarity. It might be helpful to have another heart-to-heart or another just another conversation. How this person is feeling towards you, the Tower. They're feeling very shook. This is very unstable ground here. Like nothing can be built on this, right? How you might be feeling towards this person, the King of Wands. It seems like you're interested in this person. It seems like, from where the perspective that I'm looking at in regards to how these cards are laid out in front of me, the King of Wands is looking over in this Tower direction, like still interested. And the King of Wands, like, is about their business. Like they go after what it is that they are passionate about. How this person might be feeling about themselves in the situation. We've got the Page of Wands, so there's definitely interest here. This person does feel inspired. They feel inspired. Maybe they feel inspired by you. Maybe you inspire something in them, because they definitely feel shook as fuck in regards to how they feel about you. This is like, see how these people are like jumping out of the tower? It's because the tower's hella fallen down. They've had some like either epiphany, there's a major change in their own foundation. As to how you might be feeling about yourself, you might be feeling stuck. You might be feeling like there's nothing I can do here. Which seems to, that's a perspective. That's a perspective to have. But you don't need to choose that perspective, especially if you're interested in reaching out to this person and connecting with them. I think that the perspective that might be more helpful is this Queen of Cups here is what I have in the most probable outcome. Queen of Cups is a person that listens to themselves. They make it a point to be listening to others as well. If their boundaries are being respected, which this Queen does have their emotional boundaries in check. They are aware of what they will and will not tolerate in regards to how they would like to be talked to, how they would like to be respected, right? So, as long as people that are communicating have good emotional boundaries and are in a space to be open and listening to themselves, I see a more caring connection coming as most probable outcome. And again, like in the beginning of this reading, when I was like, I think another conversation needs to be had, this King of Swords is saying just that. Another conversation needs to be had in order to improve this situation. Being clear, being free from being emotionally overwhelmed. This person's got their head above the clouds. They're using their sword to cut through any like bullshit, essentially. And they're just coming from a very logical, like direct point of view, and it will help gain some clarity. I've got 2 kings out here now and a queen, so there's definitely going to be some like maturation of this situation. Absolutely. And let me pull some oracle cards for you too. Any messages for Katrina regarding this person, Corey. Interesting. So 2 came out. Am I clear on what my soul really wants? Take out the shoulds and the limitations. Get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all of your heart. Today's soul action, ask yourself what it is that your soul really wants. What does your heart crave? And then take one step in that direction. Yeah, I mean, you can only help someone so much, right? And like, if I were trying to have a conversation with someone, yes, like having patience with that person will be required. And that might be like, if you are in a space of feeling like you want to continue this, then being in a position of listening is going to be like key for sure. But that goes both ways, right? Like, everyone's on different timelines too. You can't control like where someone's at in their life. As much as you would like to help them, you can only do so much. So it seems like the work that you're doing here is really good, and that this person is very much like benefiting from your presence. They're having a shift in the way that they think. Who can I serve today? You also got this card in regards to this situation. In a world lacking soul-to-soul connection, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. Who needs you today? Today's soul action, listen to your heart. Who needs you? Make one soulful connection today and give solely to spread more love, expecting nothing in return. Right? Notice the joy that you feel when you serve others. Okay, so I hope that gave you some advice on some clarity on that question. Obviously, just like stay in touch with yourself. What are you willing and not willing to invest your energy in? Because yes, there's this energy here of serving other people, but obviously if you're like putting too much energy into someone that's not ready to accept this information, if you do get to that point, then you can decide what you want to do moving forward. It seems like this person is taking in the information. I'm glad. And did you have another question that I could do just like a quick one on? All right. Yes, just from what does love mean to you? Because words mean different things to everybody. Like, to me, the word love just means like there's wanting to be like mutual care, or I'm extending care towards someone. And if that's your somewhere along the lines of your definition, I would say yes. Absolutely. I think this person respects you, or they want to respect you. There's care there, there's love there. I think what's happening is that this person is kind of like either preoccupied in their mind, they've got some limiting beliefs going on that they're kind of struggling to, I'm imagining someone turning towards you and being able to feel confident enough to speak how they feel. But I think that there is care here. I do. All right, Katrina. So thank you so much for your questions. I appreciate you bringing your energy to the channel, and thank you for the donation. Thank you so much. You are so welcome. I'm glad that that resonated with you. Thanks for being at the channel. I appreciate it. I believe that we have did I do hey Jasper. Yeah, I've closed the list for today. If you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll be notified of when I come back on, which is so far without a set schedule. It's just kind of been every other day or so, multiple times a week for sure. So I think that the next person, trying to figure it out. You're welcome, Jasper. Thanks for coming to the channel. Toasty, yeah. I've got Queen Bee and then Sunny and then Toasty. So if any one of those folks is here, I see Cinnamon right here, so I'm gonna do them. Yeah. All right. What's coming in regards of love from a Libra? Okay. What's coming for Cinnamon in regards to love from a Libra? So this Libra person, I'm wondering if they've been kind of on the, like, keeping things to themselves. I'm wondering if they've been keeping things to themselves, and there's a continuation of this. Or, so one thing I'm getting is that there could be someone being secretive because they feel insecure and kind of like mentally very anxious, possibly about either taking action or reaching out. There's something here about insecurity, but this could also be someone coming from a place of taking action based on things that they know intuitively and kind of bringing themselves out from a lack situation. Do either of those resonate with you? I want to pull. I think it might be them coming out of this situation. Any messages about this High Priestess in reverse? Okay. I see. Sure, sure. I think this person is also confused about what they want. And so, I don't know if they have this energy of kind of like either like popping in really quickly and communicating in kind of like a fast-paced way, or suggesting doing things in a fast way when they are not so grounded or rooted within themselves to actually know what it is that they want. Okay, he's always been confused. Okay, okay. I see more of that. I see more of that. What I want to do is I want to ask this person's energy towards you in the near future. Let me see. What is this Libra's energy towards Cinnamon? Let's look at why this person's so indecisive. I think they're holding on to some worries and fears. They're really holding on to it because I think it makes them, they perceive that to make them feel comfortable, when really they're missing out on investing in new opportunities that could bring them abundance. So let's see, why is this person indecisive? I asked why this person is indecisive, and I got the Ace of Cups. So this could be someone wanting to connect, and maybe that's what makes them feel so anxious. Being vulnerable, I think, maybe. But I think that it's there that they would like to do this. Yeah, it's taking a long time for them. It's taking a long time for them to come from a place of like feeling confident enough in themselves to extend themselves and be vulnerable. So I do see it happening. I do see it happening. But I think another thing that they're anxious about is like, wow, this is like taking me a really long time. Like, what's my problem type thing. And that doesn't feel good, for anybody involved. It's not helpful for anybody, you know? I think that their intentions are good. I think that their intentions are good. Obviously, like, your intentions aren't everything, like if you're in connection with someone, it's going to require some like taking action. Right. I'm sure. That makes sense. Let's see what we can do. How can and then we'll pull some oracle cards because you're the last one. I've been down for you so long. Like, yeah, we're supposed to be good. I know everybody's on different timelines though, like you can't control like how people feel and what they think and where they are like in their journey. Like, I'm glad that you are a support that they have to inspire them to move forward with this. And you've probably played a big role in their life, I've imagined, as to like getting them as far as they've gotten right now. I think they feel very inspired by you. But this is just something that this person has to be confident within themselves at the end of the day. Yeah. Any advice for Cinnamon regarding their person? How to like any advice for this like connection? Whoa. Confidence was something that I was just talking about. This person, some confidence is definitely going to like be required. Encouraging, you know, that you'll maybe be encouraging that you'll be there for this person if that's what you so choose to do, to feel like that you feel like doing. You know, that you're dependable, that you are someone that they can trust, that they can depend on. There's this energy here of really making it clear that, you know, that you're a safe space. You know, you've said you've been on and off with this person for 8 years, but this person is requiring confidence in themselves and feeling like they are safe, essentially. I feel like there's just like this resistance here with this person because, you know, they're both lacking, they're struggling with like mental stability, like mental safety themselves. And I think also they're worried about like either their physical surroundings. Maybe they're afraid of like being left alone, or there is something about their surroundings where they're like, you know, nobody wants me, or like I'm all alone type thing. Um, but that person's got to like stand on their own 2 feet at the end of the day, still, too, you know. So let me get some oracle cards for you before I wrap this live stream up. Any advice for Cinnamon in regards to this situation with their Libra person? Of course. Okay. Okay. So I've got 4 oracle cards that jumped out, and maybe you can share these messages with this person because I included both of y'all's energies when I was asking. First card, right? Do I believe that I am worthy? You are worthy, you are deserving, you are loved. Start seeing the divine beauty within you and go out and claim the life you have dreamt up. Your crown has been bought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it. Today's soul action: for a big goal or dream you have, ask yourself, do I feel worthy of this? Today's mantra is, I am worthy of it all. How can I deepen my trust right now? Trust, surrender, let go. You can trust. You can trust yourself. Trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. So there's this energy about being safe here again, right? Today's soul action: let go and trust. Today, find your center in the chaos and be certain with yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. This is a lot of like what we were talking about in regards to like advice for this other person, this Libra person. And it requires actually taking action and being willing as well. Am I willing? You are on the edge of something great. Can you feel it? Yes, there is risk, uncertainty, and imperfections ahead. Failure is certain, and vulnerability is a requirement. You must be brave and trust yourself more than ever before. You will reach the dream, but you must stretch yourself into a whole new level of belief and willingness in order to move forward with courage. Today's soul action: be brave, follow your heart's compass, and lift the lid on your own dreams. Today's mantra is it's possible. And last card you got, what else could this mean? There are always multiple ways to look at every situation. Our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limiting beliefs. I just got the chills too, Toasty, and it's like 90 something over here where I'm at. Like, it's crazy. Look at a situation today by stepping outside of the trigger and ask, what else could this mean? Today's soul action: is there something your soul is calling you to learn in this moment? Or is there a pattern that is ready to be broken? Walk in the other person's shoes and see it from their perspective. If it doesn't involve someone else, ask yourself, how is life happening for me right now? All right. And thank you so much for your question and for bringing energy to the channel. I love it. I love it so much. And I hope that resonated with you and you got some, like, you were able to pull some information out there out of that could be supportive to both of y'all. Of course, of course. And for anybody that's here, thank you for hanging out and bringing your energy to the channel. I hope everybody has a good rest of your day. I hope you're investing energy into yourself. I think that's the best thing that you could do, that anybody can do. And I'll be trying to do the same for sure. So I will catch y'all at a later time, probably sooner rather than later within this week. And take care.